Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. We are going to check what are the energies right now. What are the messages that we are getting? I feel like using only tarot today. I will take the 9 first cards, but I want to do it with the tarot. So let's see what's going on. I hope everything is good for you, that your week is going well, that you are peaceful, that things are safe, that you feel safe. So let's see. Let's take the 9 first cards. So first, what's the setting here? What is the main subject? We have the Hangman in reverse. Okay, we are talking about something that is stuck, a stuck energy, somebody unable to see things from a new perspective. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles in the position of decisions, of choices, of relationships. Okay, this is talking about care. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, this is in the driving energy. Three of Cups in the foundation and the stability. The Queen of Wands. Okay, it kind of feels that somebody here should have been more courageous. The Ace of Pentacles. Kind of feel here that you were an opportunity in somebody's life. We already saw that. We have the truth coming out here. The King of Swords. I'm thinking for a second because here the Pentacles are materials, the Cups are emotions. Okay, let's take two more here. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay. Here's the thing, right? There is here someone that should have been more assertive, more courageous, more confident, and it kind of feel that they were not. They were kind of stuck in their ways, stuck in their perception, in the way that they are seeing things. What we also have here, it is a lot of energy of give and take, being very caring, very loving, very trying to unite people together. I kind of feel that here we might be talking about your energy here. What must be done, it is somebody here should have jumped on some kind of opportunity when they had the option of doing it. Maybe they want to do it now. We will get deeper into this reading, right? And get a little bit more information. Because we have here the karma. In the karma, what I feel here, it is that we are talking about patience. There is something here about patience, and at the end of the day, the outcome and the integration here, we are talking about learning a lesson. Maybe even becoming a believer. Did you turn someone into a believer? I kind of feel here that this is what might be happening, that you turned someone in some kind of way, maybe by you staying in alignment, not moving from your position, knowing, in fact, that you are somebody very loving, very caring, very stable, very generous also, very fair, I kind of feel that you might have been dealing with all a group, um, and that you might have turned some people into believers here with the Hierophant. There is some kind of something here about something that you have invested in. You have been very, very patient. I kind of feel that at the end of the day, this hangman here, we are talking about you, but we are not talking, it doesn't come from a negative place. We have a lot of positive cards here. I kind of feel here, right, that you were put in a situation where you were judged in a very negative light, seen as somebody that you are not, and that in fact you needed to be extremely patient, you needed to stay in your direction, stay fixed in who you are. I kind of feel that this is what is going on. And this, I kind of feel at the end of the day, right, that you were dealing here with a situation, maybe with a group of people, where you have been challenged. You have been challenged. Maybe in acting in ways that might not align with you. Maybe you have been baited a lot, provoked a lot. Maybe people trying to project on you all kind of things that you are not. Maybe being gaslit a lot. Maybe, you might have listened to people and say like, who you are talking to, because this doesn't align with me. There is here something about you needing to maintain your direction, not change perspective. Kind of feel that this is the main subject here that we are talking about you going through a situation with maybe a group of friends, maybe co-workers, maybe a family. I kind of feel here that there is a group of people, right? And I kind of feel here truly that it was all this experience that you have been through. At the end of the day, what it truly challenged is you staying in your alignment. You had to be very, very patient here. And I kind of feel that at the end of the day, because you have been patient, because you stayed exactly the same person, doesn't mean that you didn't put boundaries, doesn't mean that you didn't take distance if needed to, but what truly appears here, it is that you are still somebody stable, caring, fair, and this has somehow awakened people to some kind of truth about you, right? We might be talking here about people who didn't value you, or at least they didn't make you feel that they value you, but I kind of feel that maybe they might not have valued you, they might not have seen you for who you are, they didn't see you as valuable, so they just treated you like in some kind of way, and then you might have started to react because you were not valued, right? Because you know that you are an opportunity, and if at the end of the day you are investing in people who are always prioritizing other people above you and not treating you with the respect that was needed, you might have started to react, which is very, very normal, right? But I kind of feel here that at the end of the day, you are seen here not only as an opportunity, and I kind of feel, considering where this Ace of Pentacles is placed in the 6th place, that they might want to come towards you now, because now they see you as an opportunity. mainly, I kind of truly feel that you had to be very, very patient. You had to recalibrate yourself a lot. Like, what am I doing now? How am I reacting now? Uh, uh, all those kind of energy, but at the end of the day, with the Seven of Pentacles in the eighth position, what goes around comes around. We are talking about karma, we are talking about the manifestation. With the Seven of Pentacles, we are talking about an investment. And at the end of the day, your patience was a great investment because it has revealed you as who you are, someone to listen to, someone of authority, someone to listen to. Um, what should have been done was for people to have the courage of getting outside of their own perspective and treat you as the valuable person that you are, right? Okay, so this being said, no, I don't want to use this deck. I want to use this deck. Okay. So let's get a little bit deeper into all of this. Let's get a little bit more information about the situation. Let's get a little bit more understanding about what is going on here. Okay, let me put those cards aside. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you. It might be partly for you and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours, right? If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, like for example, now I talked about the King of Swords or the Queen of Wands. I am not talking about masculines or feminines. It's not about the gender. It is about the energy from where someone is operating. So please apply it however it applies to the people in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. So let's see here with this Hangman in reverse. What should we know here? Tell me a little bit more, please, about this Hangman in reverse. There is here something that you could see, right? You could see clearly. We are talking once again about a group of people here, the Three of Cups. There is here something that you could see very, very clearly that maybe other people couldn't see. They didn't question their behavior. All of them were in the upright position. At the end of the day, we have a lot of cards in the upright position. We just have the first one. But even here with the Hangman, I kind of feel that this was the job. It is. You might have been dealing with people that were trying to make you doubt of yourself a lot, right? Make you lose confidence. I just put something on my Instagram about that. It was like something... stop trying to have the approbation of other people, because you might not do something just because you are stuck with small-minded people, right? So don't let them ruin it for you because you are asking for their approbation or their point of view, something like that. So the Seven of Cups here. You were not confused. You were not confused, right? You might have been confused about people outside, right? Why don't they see you the way that you are? Why are they trying to convince you of things that you don't align with, right? But you were not confused about yourself. They didn't succeed to confuse you about yourself. I say they didn't succeed to confuse you. I don't mean to say that those people especially wanted to confuse you. Maybe they did. It is possible. We will get into it a little bit more. And maybe this is what will be revealed here. But right now, it is just that you might have been confused because we are talking about a group of people that were seeing things very, very differently than you, maybe about you, maybe about your life, maybe about your choices, something like that, right? And then we have here the Five of Swords in reverse. So it kind of feels here that at a certain moment, you just decided, I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to convince them anymore. Maybe you have tried in the beginning, but you got to some kind of place of stability here where you knew who you were and you understood maybe that asking from other people to understand you, to have their support, to be seen by them, it kind of feels like it was maybe, a lost case. And you said, you know what? I see what's happening here. The Seven of Cups, you are not confused. I see what's happening here. I won't fight. I won't try to convince them. With time, maybe they will see, maybe they won't. All is okay, right? You get to this level of maturity at the end of the day, this level of healing, of self confidence, of self worth, that you said, you know what? It is what it is. It's okay. So let's see here the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles here. Oh, listen. I kind of feel that when we are talking here about the Queen of Pentacles, it is people that now are realizing, in fact, how stable you are. There is here some kind of cutting truth that came out. Something that might be difficult to accept. And I kind of feel that it's difficult to accept because, people sometimes, when we have the Two of Swords, for example, right? The card of the Two of Swords, it is somebody who is sitting, their eyes are covered, and so they have two swords, and like they are in a stalemate position, and they don't know what to choose, right? Because there is some kind of information that they might be able to see, but it might be too uncomfortable for them to see, right? Why is there this card? Because when we are talking about the swords, we are talking about truth. And sometimes a truth is difficult to accept, so sometimes we prefer to put it on the side because it means if we realize, you know how many people have a hard time accepting that they were wrong, right? So they prefer to I would just give some kind of example, right? It has nothing to do with this reading, but it's an example. Let's say that somebody has overlooked you, right? In a romantic relationship, for example, right? They have overlooked you for some kind of reason, maybe because you didn't look a certain way or because they were insecure, something like that, right? And then later on, in fact, they realize that they have totally overlooked you, right? They might refuse and be in this inner battle of trying to convince themselves that they didn't overlook you, because if they accept this, they might have to accept that they lost a beautiful relationship. You understand? So here with this Knight of Swords, we have some kind of cutting truth. It is a cutting truth. So it means that truly people here have to accept some kind of a false narrative that they had, some kind of false perception that they have, because at the end of the day, what they are seeing, it is that you are very, very stable and very, very caring, right? So it's very interesting. We have the devil here in reverse. So if they have projected on you all kind of things, like for example, that you were karmic, that you were living some kind of toxic lifestyle, that you were dependent on other people, that you were jealous, that you were manipulative, that you were controlling, all of that, now they realize that it is not the case, right? And then we have the Six of Cups here. So they are nostalgic, that they are thinking back about the past, revisiting the past with those new glasses. So they are looking now at some kind of situation of the past and seeing the movie in a totally different light. You know, it's like when we are children, we see a movie, we understand it a certain way, and then being an adult and having a deeper understanding, suddenly we are even hearing sentences and hearing them in a very, very different way, right? So I kind of feel here that this is the energy right now. With the Six of Cups, there is this nostalgia, thinking back about the past, and maybe realizing how, at the end of the day, with this Queen of Pentacles here, I kind of feel that you might have been a ride or die, right? Truly someone that was bringing in their life a lot of stability because you were extremely caring, but because they might have come from an insecure place, maybe a competitive place, maybe because you were too kind, too generous, too understanding, so they might have thought that you would always be there and they overlooked you in some kind of way. But now there is this cutting truth here about you, right? The devil in reverse. It's very interesting. Let's see if we get a little bit more information here about this devil in reverse. What does it mean exactly here? It kind of tells me that you have taken distance from those people, right? But I kind of already understood it here because you decided not to fight, right? You decided not to fight while you were seeing things very, very clearly about a dynamic, a group dynamic, a social dynamic here, right? Tell me here about the devil in reverse. Yeah, you have also stopped giving your energy. So if they thought that you were controlling, if they thought that you were dependent, if they thought something like that, you stopped investing any energy, in fact, right? Because with the devil, we also have this thing about I need to control you. Something, very karmic. Tell me more about this devil in reverse. Wow, how this turns. Jealousy. Did they think that you were jealous? Were they jealous of you? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of feel that they thought that you were codependent, that you were controlling, manipulative, insecure, temperamental maybe because you were trying to explain to them that they are not seeing you in the right light. I kind of feel that maybe before you decided, you know what, I'm stepping back, I'm done here, I kind of feel that you might have lost your shit a little bit, which I would totally understand, right? When you are dealing with a whole group that is misjudging you all the time, or not respecting you, or not appreciating what you give, at a certain moment, a lot of people are totally detached from their feelings and they are very, very uncomfortable about other people's feelings, right? So, yeah, okay. Let's see here the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I kind of feel that they want to bring some kind of fairness. They want to bring some kind of fairness. I kind of feel that they are confused about if you even want to see them approach you in your life, right? Because we have the Emperor here and we have the Moon. With the Moon here, they are confused now. With the Emperor, I kind of feel that they know that you are in a good place in your life, that you are in total control over yourself, and they might feel now maybe a little bit inferior to you, uncomfortable with you, because they know that they have mistreated you in some kind of way. So I kind of feel that there is this willingness, this is the driving energy. And it is the Six of Pentacles. So there is this willingness to somehow give you back what they totally overlooked in the past, right? Whatever you gave, they thought, it's nothing. They didn't respect it. They didn't respect it. Now they do. We have the Hierophant here, right? So they understand that they had some kind of privilege, and that they took it like if it was garbage, right? This is how they took it. So I kind of feel here now that there is this willingness of giving you back, but I kind of feel also that they are very confused, like if you even want them back, if you need anything from them, if you want, you know. Okay, let's see here with the Three of Cups coming back. This is the foundation and the stability. We have again this Three of Cups. It was here also, talking about you being inflexible. But I truly feel that this is what you needed to be, inflexible, right? So tell me here, please, about this Three of Cups. What should the collective know about this group of people, about this social dynamic? We have the Nine of Cups here, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Listen, once again, it kind of feels that at a certain moment, you truly understood that those people are overlooking you, taking you for granted, overlooking you, not wanting to see you, not being, maybe not being able to understand you, right? Maybe because you are special, and they didn't understand you, but there was some kind of disrespect, right? I kind of feel that this is truly what you felt here. And because at the end of the day you get to a place in your life, I kind of feel that I don't talk about someone who's 20 years old, right? You are older now, you know who you are, you accept who you are happy with yourself, you don't doubt yourself anymore, right? So so when you felt that at the end of the day you had to defend yourself all the time, and they were not listening. They were not listening. So I kind of feel that you felt that they were not safe. They were not safe. And once again, you decided not to fight, not to compete, in order for them to see you in your value. Why didn't you compete? Because you didn't need to compete. You know who you are. You know who you are. You might be someone who's also emotionally stable now, right? You are in a good place. The Nine of Cups, it is, I feel good with my feelings, I feel good with myself. There is here, maybe you have gone through some kind of dark night of the soul, maybe you have gone through some kind of healing, and you got to a place where you are at peace with who you are. You could truly, you were not doubting yourself with all those projections, and I kind of truly feel that you said, no interest. I would like to have this social group in my life for whoever we are talking about, but not if I have to fight in order to be seen for who I am, to be respected. There is nothing for me here. All that there is here, it is burdens. All that I need to do here, it is repeat myself. And I kind of cannot stand myself when I am dealing with those people anymore. I don't need that. I won't fight. I won't compete. And I kind of feel that you might have understood that this group is not, they are not aligned with with you, right? Let's see, the Queen of Wands here. Okay, we are here in the test, the change. So this is what they should do. I talk to you about being courageous, being assertive, right? We have the Knight of Cups, somebody wanting to bring you a cup. The cup, it's emotions, right? So we might be talking about apologies, we might be talking about some kind of message of love, of support, of friendship, all those kind of things, because they truly feel here that at the end of the day there is some kind of imbalance. I kind of feel that before maybe they didn't feel the imbalance because they didn't even consider the fact that you took distance. You know, they didn't take it for themselves. They didn't understand, I kind of feel, why. You might have said it 10 times. 10 times you might have told them, no, this is not mine. No, this is not how I operate. No, I don't resonate with what you are saying. Why are you acting this way with me when you are acting another way with other people? You might have set your boundaries and they have crossed your boundaries over and over and over again. And I kind of feel that at a certain moment, you didn't say anything anymore, right? Because you didn't want to get into fights. You didn't want to defend yourself. I kind of feel that you were tired of that, right? You were at peace with yourself. You didn't want to feel the need to once again, right? But before, when you were talking, they were not listening. So you had to leave for them to suddenly maybe realize that, okay, you know what? I understand now. What I understand now, it is that I was the one bringing the imbalance. I was not fair in this connection, right? Yeah, there is here a page of pentacles also. They are observing the situation, putting care now in thinking about the situation. Before, I kind of feel, you know, they said, okay, okay, you are doing your crisis, okay, I don't care, you understand what I mean? And I kind of feel that with this distance that you took, investing in yourself, doing whatever you wanted to do, and apparently you did well, because we have here the Hierophant, so now they are truly seeing you as a person of authority. So I kind of feel now that there is a very, very different perception of you right now. And they understand now that there was here some kind of imbalance in the connection and in the relationship, because they were seeing things from their very limited perception. With the Page of Pentacles, I truly feel that they are putting care now, they are putting attention in what happened, right? They are not anymore in their old narrative, right? Now they see something different. Why? Because you stayed the same. You took distance, but stayed the same, right? Ace of Pentacles, please tell me. Yeah, listen. So, the Ace of Pentacles, right? This is an opportunity, right? What must be done? They should have seen you as an opportunity, right? And now, look, the Wheel of Fortune. And once again, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Once again. Now they see, you know, it might also simply be that now that you step back, right? And they don't have access to your energy anymore. You know, it might be people that at the end of the day, for a reason or another, they might have been uncomfortable with you, maybe because they were uncomfortable with themselves, and whatever you were giving, that was something that cannot be bought in a shop, right? The stability, seeing them, understanding them, supporting them, acting from a pure place, right? They might have totally overlooked it in the past. And the moment that you step back, suddenly they feel the void. Now they feel the void. We already talked about it. I'm thinking about the comment here. You will recognize yourself. Somebody's saying, like many people, they don't appreciate something until they lose it. And it's true. Because once you lose it, suddenly you realize there is a void. Right? When it's there, there is not the void. Right? And yeah, what they see now, maybe, it is that at the end of the day, you were bringing something very important in their life. You were bringing some kind of power of manifestation. It's huge. It's huge. You were truly a stable, a caring element that was, at the end of the day, they might even have been under your protection. This is also telling me that since you step back, now they might be dealing with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What this is telling me for sure, it is that since you took distance, the wheel turned. And you are in a much better place at the end of the day since you are not dealing with them anymore, right? You are stable. You are taking care of things that are taking care of you, right? Even it is, maybe it is just you with yourself, right? It might be. But at least your energies are not going in a place where anyway it is not appreciated and you need to put boundaries and people are crossing your boundaries. You know, you might be somebody very understanding, right? And they thought this understanding was an open invitation to walk all over you. Might be. Okay, tell me here about the King of Swords that we have here. Okay, so listen. I kind of feel that what they realize now, right? It is there. The card came out like this, right? So we are in the place of healing, so it is the change. So what is happening now? First of all, a lot of thinking is happening now. With the swords here, the King of Swords, this is a huge truth that came to light. We have two kings. We have the Kings of Swords, and then we have the King of Wands, right? So it kind of feels to me that they realize now that their whole... I didn't even check if you can see all the cards. That their whole perception, their whole way of approaching you and not you, it goes further. This is why sometimes, it's very, very difficult to accept some kind of truth because they need to revisit themselves. What does it mean about themselves? What does it mean about the choices that they did in their life? It might be connected to you, but it might be connected to much more people, right? It might be life-changing. Accepting a truth might truly be life-changing for someone. And there is also this element of, being humbled. Not everybody has the ability to accept, be open-minded. Maybe they think about themselves that they are so open-minded. Maybe this is what they think. And suddenly they realize that, in fact, it was not the case, right? But I kind of feel here that there is some kind of courage here, right? To truly revisit their way of thinking, right? This is not avoidance, right? This is, okay, I am heartbroken because I understand something now about me, about others. There is here something that is very, very heavy on my heart, right? And I'm taking the time to truly think about it. This is what this is telling me. So there is this truth now that they are not avoiding anymore, right? Okay. Let's see here. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. Listen. We have the Death card that came out here. I will just take the Death card because I don't know. Kind of feels right to me. Yeah. What they see here, we have here the butterfly, right? It symbolizes transformation. This is what this card is about. There is a transformation here, right? So you had to be very, very patient for this transformation to happen. But the transformation is here, right? You might tell me, I don't care. And I understand. I'm just telling you what is going on here. What I'm telling you, it is that you had to be in this fixed energy and not let other people confuse you about yourself, about your choices, about your decision. This is what you needed to do. And you decided here to take some kind of distance because you were tired. This is exactly what you needed to do. And yes, it was the right thing to do, because now, as I already told you, I kind of feel that, and it doesn't matter if you want to deal with them, you don't want to deal with them, we are not talking about that. But you, in your soul path, in your soul journey, every person that is in this healing journey, in this growth journey, at the end of the day, it is elevating the energy of the collective. Does it mean that you have to deal with them? It is not what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that you need to forgive. I don't tell you anything here. What I'm just telling you, it is that it took a lot of time. You have been patient in the past. Whatever work you did on yourself to get to this place of saying, I know who I am, I know my direction, I stop trying to have those people understand me, support me, I stop putting my energy here. It was the right thing to do, because there is some kind of transformation happening here. It is the death card, an ending for a new beginning. So, if we are talking now about your connection to the highest, your work towards the highest, this reading is here to tell you, you did a great job. You did what you had to do, right? This is kind of what I feel that is happening here. The Hierophant. Tell me here now about the Hierophant, please. It is kind of telling me that you elevated through acting the way that you acted in this connection, right? Tell me more here, please, about the Hierophant. Yeah. You needed to stop putting energy in trying to maintain all those connections, right? This is what you needed to do. Simply. Stop trying to make them see things in another way, because it was not even about you. It was about, it's like they were talking another language, right? We know that a lot of people that we dealt with, a lot of people that we are dealing with in general, they are in the pentacles in reverse. They value things that you, as a soul person, you are not operating from the same place, right? So you truly, this is what you needed to do. Stop investing there. Stop expecting from them to change. Seeing the truth. And the moment that you stop expecting them to change, to respect you, to see who you are, what you were bringing to their life, you created this void. It took some time. It took some time because it was all about their own growth, right? But I kind of feel here with this Hierophant at the end of the day, we have here the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity. And look here how we have the steps leading to truth and clarity and a victory here. This is telling me that if there was some kind of soul contract, right? You passed it great, and you are elevating. You might realize now that you are more intuitive, maybe you are getting some kind of messages, you gain some kind of spiritual abilities, and it was dependent on you doing exactly what you did, right? Leaving this story behind. You elevated, right? And I kind of feel that you didn't just elevate in your own energy, in your psychic abilities, maybe intuition, all those kind of things. I kind of feel that the battle that you were into, right? Trying to convince them, at the end of the day, what you needed to understand, it is to step back, let this void be there. It was important the time that you spent with them, right? Because this is what they are holding on to now when they are being nostalgic and thinking about the past. This is also what allows them to go towards this transformation, right? So, listen, let's go here to closure. I'm so happy that I could do this reading without interruption. If there is an interruption now, which I hope there won't be, but I won't just, we have a complete reading here. I still want to see the closure. So what's the closure, please? Tell me about the closure. I knew it. I knew it. I knew. I thought the Lovers in reverse, but it's the Two of Cups in reverse, right? Listen, at the end of the day, it is the moment that you took distance, right? Because you understood that you are not seeing things the same way, and that there is no understanding there, right? It's interesting because I see here also a boxing ring, right? The moment that you decided to get down of the ring, not be there anymore, not battling anymore, now they are holding on to you. Now they see things. Now they see your value. Now they don't want to let you go. Right? But let me remind you that we also know that now they will respect your boundaries, right? They will respect your boundaries. So maybe, if you are dealing with the stalking and the hacking and the this and the that and the that and the that, I'm not talking about this person, but the rest of the people, right? They will respect you more than ever, right? Four of Pentacles. They don't want to let you go, and even if they feel that they lost you, they are holding on to the memories, and they are holding on to the memories in a very positive light. They know why you had to take distance. They understand. They know that they were bringing the instability with being very, very disrespectful. Yeah, listen, there is some kind of dependence now coming from them. Yeah, because they see you now in your full energy, what they didn't see before. Yeah, and it creates some kind of imbalance in them. Yeah, because they know that you have some kind of authority. And with the Hierophant, we are talking also about a teacher. So they know that they have a lot of things to learn from you, right? And I kind of feel that before, when you were talking about your feelings, when you were trying to teach them things, they were just thinking that, you were emotionally weak, that you were naive, that you were playing the victim, right? They didn't understand the burdens that you had in your life. Okay, something is happening here. I think that I will end it here. I hope that it was helpful. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.